In March 2026, the e-commerce giant Amazon went down for 6 hours. That's nearly 6.3 million lost orders. And the cause? AI-assisted code that nobody properly reviewed before it hit production. If it can happen to Amazon, just think. Can it not happen to you? And here's the thing. Nobody in the vibe coding hype machine wants to say out loud, your app looks done. It runs on your laptop. The demo went great, but the moment real users, real data, and real traffic show up, it breaks every time in the same 5 ways. In this video, we are going to talk about the same and what to do before it's too late. Section 1, the numbers. Let's first talk about data, because this isn't opinion. By 2026, 92% of developers are already using AI coding tools. The speed is real, but so is this. AI co-authored code contains 1.7 times more major bugs than human written code. Security vulnerabilities appear at 2.74 times the rate. And vibe-coded projects accumulate technical debt 3 times faster than software built the traditional way. A security firm called Tensai built 15 apps using the 5 most popular vibe coding tools. The result? 69 vulnerabilities across those 15 apps, 6 of them critical. Every single app lacked basic CSRF protection. Every single one introduced SSRF vulnerabilities. This isn't a bug, it's a pattern. Problem 1. Security. The first dark side. Your app is probably already breached. You just don't know it yet. Between 40 and 62% of AI-generated code contains security vulnerabilities. A large-scale scan of 5,600 publicly deployed vibe-coded apps found over 2,000 critical vulnerabilities, 400 exposed API keys, and 175 leaks of personal data, medical records, bank details, phone numbers. These weren't test environments, these were live, public-facing products. Here's why it keeps happening. When you prompt an AI to add a new feature, it scans your existing codebase first and treats whatever patterns it finds as approved patterns. So if your existing code has a vulnerability, the AI learns from it and replicates it every single time. The fix isn't prompting harder. The fix is a security audit before you go live. Problem 2, the vibe cycle. The second dark side is something called the vibe cycle, and it's insidious. You prompt the AI coding tool to build a feature. It works. You find a bug, you again prompt the AI to fix it. The fix breaks something else. You prompt the AI to fix that. And suddenly, you're maintaining an app that nobody, including you, actually understands. Here's the hard truth everyone needs to understand. Vibe coding can build a product. It cannot maintain one. Problem 3, token costs. The third dark side will hit you in the wallet, and most founders never see it coming. Building feels cheap. Scaling doesn't. One developer's monthly bill went from 67 euros to 966 euros overnight. Monthly API costs per engineer are now running between $500 and $2,000 as usage scales. Here's the math nobody does at prototype stage. What costs you $50 a month at 100 users costs $5,000 a month at 10,000 users. Have you modeled that? Have you thought about which AI model you're calling? This isn't a pricing problem, it's an architecture problem, and it needs to be solved before you scale, not after. Problem 4, it breaks at scale. Dark side 4, your app was built for a demo, not for 1,000 concurrent users. Nobody in your prompt history asked for database indexing, nobody asked for async job queues, load balancing, or a caching strategy. So the AI didn't build any of that, and when traffic spikes, or even when it doesn't, but your data grows, the whole thing seizes up. Vibe-coded apps separate into 2 layers that need very different treatment. The UI and integration layer, where AI genuinely excels, and the business logic layer, which needs real architectural thinking. Most vibe-coded apps have never had that second layer properly built. Problem 5, you don't know what your app is doing, and the 5th dark side, the one that keeps founders up at night once they realize it, is this. You have zero visibility into your own product. No logs, no error monitoring, no alerts, no audit trail. When something breaks, you find out from a user complaining on Twitter. You find out when it's already gone. This isn't just a technical problem. In regulated industries, healthcare, fintech, legal, missing compliance trails and audit logs aren't embarrassing. They're illegal. So here's what has to happen before any vibe-coded app goes public. 1, a security audit. Find the API key leaks, the auth bypasses, the open endpoints before your users do. 2, an architecture review. Separate your UI from your business logic. Remove the spaghetti. 3, real cost modeling. Project your actual API costs at 10 times and 100 times growth before you're committed to an architecture that bankrupts you. 4, scalability, hardening, load testing, database optimization, async queues, the stuff nobody prompted for. 5, observability. logging, monitoring, error alerting, so you actually know what your product is doing at 2 a.m. on a Tuesday. This is exactly what we do at iTechnolabs. We're not here to replace your Vibe coding workflow, we're here to make it survive contact with the real world. Think of us as the engineering layer that sits between your AI-built prototype and your first real customer. Fast like a Vibe coder, safe like a senior engineering team. The Vibe is just the beginning. If you've shipped something with Cursor, Lovable, Bolt, or Replit, or you're about to, drop a comment below. Tell me what broke first. And if you want us to take a look at your codebase before it breaks in public, the link is in the description. Don't let the demo be the best version of your product. Let's fix that.